And we are back again at Drive By to try a new e-bike, but it's not exactly new, but it's called the Eco Drive Classic. And this is the Eco Drive Classic, or you can call it Eco Drive version 3.0. As you can see, it looks pretty much the same as Eco Drive version 2.0 or 1.0. But first, let's first talk about Eco Drive. So Eco Drive has been in the market for a really long while, probably even longer than JIMOVE. I would say they're sort of like the OG brands of e-bike in Singapore, and you probably have seen a lot of Eco Drive e-bikes on the street. They are pretty popular, probably the second most popular e-bike in Singapore as well. And to be honest, I don't really hear much bad complaints or bad reviews about them, unless talking about wear and tear after a long while. They are just a really good, reputable, cheap and good e-bike brand with no nonsense. And I think it's going to be the same with this Eco Drive Classic or version 3.0. So first impression, he has the same frame, same 20-inch wheel, the same handlebar. Everything is literally the same as Eco Drive 2.0, except that the logo is now a Drive Classic. I also like the fact you still have the same low step over design, which I think is really important for a 20-inch e-bike, and that is kind of why I did not talk about the Eco Drive Sport, because you have to raise your leg very high every time you try to hop on and off, especially when this e-bike is very popular for uncles and aunties. LCD is a different one. It's using the one that is same as the Eco Drive Ranger, which have 5 modes of speed, and the screen is slightly bigger as well. So it's literally the same as Eco Drive 2.0. So what exactly is new and different? So there are two new major things, and that is battery and brakes. So battery has been long overdue for a really long time. Eco Drive 2.0 has been using a 10 AH battery, which I think is kind of insufficient, and finally they updated to a 15 AH on this Eco Drive Classic, bringing it more closer to being a full day battery e-bike and on par with many other competitors. So brakes is the new hydraulic brakes from DY Island. It's the same as the Eco Drive Ranger. I personally have already tried it from the Eco Drive Ranger, and I really like it, probably even more than the JIMOVE hydraulic brakes. And hydraulic brakes, as usual, is a tier better than the V brake. On this brake, very effortless braking, and you can even do one finger tap braking as well. And one thing to note is that this hydraulic brake pad is much thicker than usual, and I've ridden for like more than 1,000 kilometers with the Eco Drive Ranger, and I still did not find a need to change the brake pad or whatsoever. So speaking from real user, I would say I personally really like it. And that's the only two upgrades on this e-bike, but two very major ones. And without further ado, let's go and head out and try out this e-bike. Okay, so it rides just like an Eco Drive 2.0, so I would say I don't have much thing to talk about. Riding experience is pretty much the same 48 volt power. The motor kicks in is pretty instantaneous as well, and the hydraulic brake is awesome as usual, but the LCD screen is a different one, so we're going to go and test out the speed test. Okay, gonna start right now. Mode 1, I'm going at 12 kilometers, 12-13. Mode 2, we are going at 15-16. And mode 3 is 18-19 kilometers per hour. Mode 4, we are going at 22. And mode 5, we are going at 24.1 as usual. It won't go higher than that. So at full speed right now, we're gonna do a one finger tap braking, and we are gonna brake right now with one fingers, and yeah, very effortless braking, I would say, as usual from the hydraulic brakes. So overall, I would say compared to other 20-inch e-bike, it's actually very similar, but one thing that makes a difference is definitely the hydraulic brakes. And if I'm not wrong, this is the only 20-inch e-bike that has hydraulic brakes stock, and the braking experience is definitely going to make your braking experience so much better. And price wise is really good as well at 1590, and if you use my discount code ADAMCI50, you will get another $50 off. And it comes in 3 colors as well. This is the grey one, and there's a black and a red color as well. So do definitely come over and try it out. And that's all about it. Super short one, as it's basically the same as Eco Drive 2.0, but 2 major upgrades, that is the battery and the brakes. And I think it's probably the best 20-inch e-bike you can get right now, solely because of the hydraulic brakes. And alternative, if you have a Eco Drive 2.0, you can opt to get a upgrade kit of a 15Ah and a hydraulic brake for $600 if you don't want the hassle of changing to a new e-bike. And that's all about what I want to say for this Eco Drive Classic or Eco Drive 3.0, and I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Ciao, bye. And I probably will do a food delivery run, which I'll see. It's been a long while, and if you enjoyed the video, do like and subscribe, and do check out other videos. Bye.